just kept falling short. People were mad. And all of a sudden, Kyrie fell out of the sky. And I was stunned at the time that some people were questioning whether he could be the best player on a really good team or not. Because I always judge these guys by what they do in the finals. And in the finals, especially in 2017, it was just toe-to-toe. It was him and LeBron against Curry and KD and Clay or whoever else. That guy on a bigger stage raised his game every time. And I just couldn't believe that the Celtics got him for what they got. I thought it was an absurd trade.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
That's just a good example of why the score is what it is. I mean, they need to protect the rim a lot better than that.
Now, here's Irving. After the mention, Trae Young hits the three-pointer to fall.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Hawks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Bill, your long-lost cousin Ben Simmons headlined a tremendous rookie class in 2017. I think people might think it's the best rookie season ever in the history of the league.
A lot of good players. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum. Do we count Simmons in that class, though? I guess.
Well, since he won the rookie of the year, let's put him in.
All right, we'll put him in. I think if you come out of a year of rookies and you get one guy who has a chance to be a franchise guy, that's a good thing. We had 3. If you're doing 3 a year for 10 years, you have the most ridiculous league of all time. I think the talent ebbs and flows, and we've had stretches. Like I think last decade, in the 2000s, especially like from about 03 to 07, 08, like we were just short all-stars. We were just short a few guys, and you saw teams like the Nets with Jason Kidd made the finals 2 years in a row, and you saw the Ben Wallace Pistons team actually win the title.
With no superstars.
Right. And you saw, in 06, the Pistons, remember they were on pace to win 70 games, they had 4 All-Stars? The league just wasn't that good, and now it's flipped, and it's so loaded. I think from a talent standpoint, as good as any year since 1993.
Oh, that's a big statement.
Yeah, just 25 years ago, we're just loaded with guys who could be Hall of Famers someday, or 8-time All-Stars, things like that. So now you look at the 17 class. Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, just right there. That's awesome. I still believe in Lonzo, and I still believe in De'Aaron Fox. I think those guys can be All-Stars too.
Spellman and Baines holds it down. Celtics leading by 12. Irving drives in, and the shot is good. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
He's taking over the game. That lead's going to get even bigger if he keeps this up.
The kick out to Young. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
You can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
Bill, you watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved, and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade in those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And they're able to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision of LeBron James, and it's carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody writes a piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
Here's Collins. His last outing, he had 18 points. Launches it.
Look, I appreciate the effort from Irving. You like seeing him get a hand up in time to contest shots.
In the corner, it's Hayward. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one. Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, you mentioned the interaction between players and social media and how they that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now, and I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation, LeBron, Wade, some of Chris Bosh, those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how to Paul Pierce, knew how to handle their business. Now these big guys come in, they're 19, 20 years old, and they act like they're 30. I'm sure you've seen it for business. Whereas in the 90s, it was a free-for-all. You had these guys who were terrified. And now these guys are 19 years old giving, like, long interviews to reporters. It's how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's already good at being a bad interviewer. Like, he doesn't say anything. He knows how to dodge any question. It's like, you're 19. How do you know how to do this?
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. 19-point game. And he drops him away up off the glass.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And from long range, they grabbed her on this. Pass to Collins. To halt the run, and they pick up 2. Collins has got his first basket.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Hayward with 4 seconds on the clock.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They built this huge lead with points in the paint.
And so is the Boston Celtics with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing. Now Horford provided some insight on why he decided to sign.
Put me over there.
Playing for a historic franchise like the Boston Celtics, where they've got, of course, the great fan support, great history. Something Horford relishes.
A great choice. A team with depth and youth. They have a chance to be good for a long time.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Celtics here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Playing smart in this first period. Credit their unselfish play.
Always a good strategy. Get as many people involved as you can.
Hayward and Moore as your small and power forwards. Marcus Smart is out there with Terry Rozier. And it's Horford at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Phil, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket to Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pick their babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them. And they won the title.
How old were you in
So I was 4.
4 years ago?
I'm not gonna lie, I remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is a year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Collins on the team?
Collins, Havlicek, JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever of the, the kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something. Triple overtime game was the most famous ever. And I slept through the entire second half in the first overtime. But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
And Horford a pretty steady. I mean, he had a few down seasons, maybe due to those pectoral tears, but I'll tell you what. He's been right up there, Brown.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown comes in for Smart.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Al Horford. He's been a factor for them over the last month. He's around 10 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that kid coming back.
And Bill, through your column, you became known as the Boston Sports Guy, fairly connected to your readers. Talk about the fan loyalty in the city of Boston.
Well, the biggest thing is the cold weather. when it's cold, you really have to attach yourself to certain things. So in Boston, it's the 4 sports teams, and they get you through some cold winters and some 100-degree summers.
And those are terrific teams, too, aren't they?
Usually been good. Knock on wood, Boston's looked like over the years. We looked basketball in the 90s, but other than that, 70s, 80s, 2000s, 2010s, it's been great.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, "You realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you." Guys,
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report. And Young, here we go. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, the cleverness Young possesses is just uncanny. Puts the defense in a bind whenever he drives it to the rack.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Aaron Baines comes in for Al Horford. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah, I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree, but for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. If I have you for an hour, we're not going to do the dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
You challenge people, which is that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And you gotta be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it.
Yeah. So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk. We did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
Irving passes to Hayward. Shot clock at 5. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Hayward. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And here come the Celtics again. Boston with the fast break. And finished off by Brown.
Brown can beat you down the floor and finish the play.
1:37 left in the second quarter. I want to get back to what we were chatting about, Bill. With how today's NBA players are so media ready, whether it be interviews, social media. Your team is really interesting.
All these guys.
But watch
The guys
YouTube, the
now are
Money
so
Room.
used to talking to people and being in front of people, and you know, they're not surprised by questions, and they know how to handle themselves, they know how to not get in trouble, and they're comfortable.
They've kind of grown up with you, though, too. You know, you've been relevant for many years.
Well,
they've grown up with your stuff.
To be honest, a lot of them just know me as the white guy on NBA Countdown. For that's it. They might not have read me, but they remember like the year I was with Jalen Rose. But what's weird is
I think you'd be surprised. More.
well, you know this thing, when you're on TV, the credibility you get from being on TV, I wasn't prepared for within the NBA. Oh, really? I think that's true, yeah. I think it's, he's on TV, he's okay. And maybe they don't agree to all the time, but you pass some imaginary checkpoint with those guys.
Well, you may think TV was your validation. This is going to be your validation.
Oh, 100%.
This is it. I'm stamping you right now.
This is better than winning a Pulitzer Prize.
Bill, what a pleasure to have you with us. Great as always to hear your thoughts, your commentary. I hope you join us again soon.
I love it. Anytime, Kevin, tell me.
Thank you. Hey, Greg, how much fun is it to have Bill with us? Such a prominent voice in sports journalism and never afraid to speak his mind.
You know, oftentimes when you gain popularity, you become a little more conservative, a little more reserved. That's why he's maintained such a tremendous following.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Marcus Smart is checked in for Hayward. And Marcus Smart is sub in for Jaylen Brown. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Boston ball. The steal. Here's Bazemore, and the slam dunk by Bazemore.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Fellas, that's just like it's supposed to work. Don't give the D a chance to set up.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports halftime show.
Hey, welcome back. It is Bedlam here. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 24 points, 3 assists, and 1 block. An extremely potent first 2 quarters for him. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
The thing I've noticed more than anything is how well they spread the floor. Their spacing has been fantastic. The end result has been a lot of good looks from three-point land. And now they've established themselves from long range, and the defense has to adapt. They're in really solid position right now.
And he has been everywhere.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
Checking out the group for Lloyd Pierce to start the second half. Over on the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. And it's Young, then there's Len, and a tremendous Unleashed Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hat. Bazemore gets the bucket. Hey, C-Web, for your money, who does the best job of combining guard skills with a classic back-to-the-basket game?
Oh, I mean, you think of Cousins, he's 7 foot, not the fastest, but he has back to the basket and then crossover 3-point shooting ability. Embiid as well, Towns, and of course, Anthony Davis, who I think was a point guard and had a great growth spurt in high school. He's just a guard in the big man's body.
A nice shot by Tatum.
They showed effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
On the outside.
Well, doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Yeah, determination on the glass. I mean, that's what it's all about. He's setting a great example out there.
Rozier, he's checked in for Irving. Here's Rozier. Lost contact on the shot. 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And see what a force Terry Rozier has become. Finally got that chance to play last year and made the most of it.
Oh, well, look, we all know he had the athleticism, but what we didn't know is how he reacted to a ton of minutes being played. And obviously, he stepped up. Players respect him. He's a guy you want to miss.
Brown outside. And there it is for him. Brown's got 6 points.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Hawks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines. That's his first foul. Harris is checked in. The Atlanta making a switch here. Shots good from Young.
Something's brewing, guys. The 3-pointers just continue to flow.
And it's Rozier missing. Atlanta's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
It hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics. And the Hawks making a change here. Down low. Jetman with the block. From about 19 feet. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
A 3 from Morris. The shot will not fall. And Atlanta will go the other way. And a foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Tatum. Rozier against Young. Trying to get open his Carter. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Horford has a wide open look. They can't stop the run with that one.
Well, he had all the time in the world to get the jumper off. Look at his too much time.
I'll take it back. Carter. And the layup's good off the glass.
Look at that. That's just a great all-around play. Get into position for the offensive rebound. Finishing strong with a putback.
Well, Greg, for Atlanta, it was out with the old and in with the new for the point guard position for the Hawks.
And Hawks were able to trade down and still get the guy they wanted. See him as an impact guard to build around for the future. Had to move Schroeder to free up space for Young, but this team now has a clear core to build around.
Celtics making a switch here. Tice is checked in. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Atlanta. And a miss there on the triple.
He's got to find better looks. He's never going to put out that focus.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. From deep three-point range, Hayward grabs the board.
The only place for shots like that are in shoot-around.
There's some guys you let take that shot, but to be honest, he ain't one.
Good, and Smart gets the assist. That's 10 points for Gordon Hayward.
Well, nice look there from Smart. Find an open man.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul.
Jumper. Jumper, I guess, bro.
Bazemore against Smart. Shot to stop the run, and Kent Bazemore with the three. Bazemore's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have
And there's a result that goes on Jeremy Lin. That's his first foul. 1:32 left to play in the third. And Tice gets it to go. Tice has got his first bucket in this one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from there.
And he's able to get it back. And it's in there.
I ordered it and then they keep the ball moving until they find the right shot.
Here's Rozier. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bazemore.
He didn't go out, bro.
Smart deciding where to go with it. Bazemore against Smart. Bazemore misses. So Rozier will bring it up to the Boston Celtics. Smart and slam dunk by Smart.
Baby,
There's no way Smart is going to settle for a minute.
Dunk by Bazemore.
That is ferocious.
You said that was ferocious. And slam dunk by Smart.
And a long windup and strong follow through on the one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up. Then the pass to Dedmon. Back to Lin. Nice again, and it's good on the layup. Dedmon's got his second basket.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
He hasn't been his best this quarter.
Lin, that's a two-pointer. Rebound by the Celtics. Now, here's Rozier. 12 points for him. Hayward from outside. That's good. And it's Rozier with the assist. And that's 13 points for Gordon Hayward. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Boston on top, just dominating this one. And right after this.
I can't never win.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call coordination.
But it's also called making a great read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage of that task.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Rozier and Brown in the backcourt. Williams is out there with Yabusele and Ojale in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
And Dorsey kicks to Lynn. Off target with his 3.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, that won't go in the stat sheet. Close to getting the block, but really have the same effect.
And with Lynn, he made a point upon returning from injury, saying he will not change how he plays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, they'll shy away from contact after experiencing a torn patella like Lynn did, but he knows that he has been absorbing that contact. He said he'll try and be more aware of how he lands, but has no plans of changing his game.
NBA rosters are turning over faster, it seems, these days, Chris. How much do former teammates know about defending one another? Or is it a non-issue?
Oh, no, it's more than a non-issue, Kevin. You were right in your assumption that, listen, the former teammates, they have a little more inside information. And you know why it matters? Because every day after practice, you know, the first thing guys do after they get their water, play one-on-one. So you understand guys' tendencies. You learn how they get into a rhythm. All creatures of habit. Let's remember what Kevin Durant did. He came down on the same end of the floor in the finals and hit the same tough shot over the extended hand that he did. Well, if you notice, he did that on his crossover, that right to left setup. So if you know him, you may know that he's going to do that. And also, you may know that he has a counter just in case. It allows you to keep your hand out the cookie jar, not to gamble. He gives you an educated guess on maybe what some of the greatest offensive players in the world are going to go to next. Get that bucket. Any piece of information.
By 39.
And yeah, 38 practicing against him, that's a good thing.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a deeper.
You know that 7'5" wingspan, the great hops, that's been there. But Williams' ability to put the ball on the floor and create for himself, that's something new.
2 points, that one goes. 6 points for Lynn.
He's shown great patience tonight. I mean, he was scoring this first half. He didn't get down on himself. I mean, now he's got it going.
Around the pass to Yabusele. Here's Ojale. Well, good with the triple. Action gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. From the arc. Denver misses. Stolen by Len. The pass to Dorsey. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
Did anybody see any defensive presence on that play? I mean, he's not going to blow that layup. He was wide open.
Wow. By the Celtics. Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Moving against Len. And he makes that one.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Boston's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Here's Williams, and it's slammed in by Williams.
You kidding me with that pass? Okay, Kyrie, that one made my day.
And here's Lynn. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. That one falls. Lynn's got 10 points here in the 2nd half.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Outside Irving takes a 3. The shot missing. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Each team has 1 inactive player per night. Would upping that amount, you think, C-Web?
To the game of man
Inactive player we're talking about usually is at the bottom of the roster. So if you look at the next man up there, that means that the last guy on the bench at that time, it's his time to get that playing time. So I don't think that the inactive players would change anything because it's still a team sport. Those guys earn their playing time in practice. So that guy at the end of the bench is still one of the greatest players in the world and can contribute at any time. And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Herter, covered by Irving, hits the three-point bomb.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Tenacity Irving plays with is infectious. I mean, staying in attack mode, scoring in a variety of ways.
Here's Baines. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. Young's checked in for Atlanta. Now into the lineup for Hawks. 1:33 left in the fourth. Bembry hits to Young. Hits it from three-point range. Young's got 20 points.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Boston.
And this was one that never really was like an all-around dominant performance. And you could have thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. We blew them right out the water. Was put on display here today.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one. It was a dazzling game for Kyrie Irving.
He was too much for them to deal with tonight. Plain and simple. They tried all sorts of ways to contain him.
They grabbed their own miss. Ejected by Len. Here's Bembry. Takes it off the glass.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Monster scoring, but had to do this earlier. Now it should have, would have, could have, all that.
And Baines gets to Irving. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Boy, what's up? We're by 21, 22.
We've got 28 seconds left in the game.
Well, another 10-cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember. Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
So many fast breaks now into the three-point shot. Good to see them taking it to the rack.
Irving finds Baines. Here's Bembry, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Just great anticipation by Irving. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball. I tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this time. Really all night.
And so it's easily grabbing this one. This one was Adrian Dennis. David, thank you as always.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.